Hey, it's Kirkpatrick with Gnarly Routes, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a homemade mount for your Trail Tech Voyager Pro. Russell and I both use the Trail Tech Voyager Pro on all of our tours and for trail riding in general. The display is large and easy to read as you're riding down the trail, but one of the things I don't like is the mounting options for the Voyager Pro. For the last year, Russ has had his mounted to his handlebar, but he doesn't crash very much. For me, I wanted to have my Voyager Pro mounted behind my headlight mask, similar to the OEM KTM odometer that comes on the bike. This way, if I flip the bike over or have a crash, the computer is shielded from any damage. Whenever it's just resting on the handlebar, it makes me nervous because if the bike goes flipping, then there's going to be a lot of weight and force trying to damage the computer. So what I do is I take off the OEM KTM odometer that comes with the bike, and I use the plastic mounting pieces that it comes with to create my own mount for the Voyager Pro. All you need is a piece of plexiglass. I got mine from a local hardware shop, and then you might need some different bolts. I use KTM bolts that I had in my van, and I was able to relatively easily make a mount for my Voyager Pro. So let's get started. I'm gonna show some clips of me running a drill and measuring some stuff, which I'm not that great at, but it got the job done in this case. Two red dots on the plexiglass, that's where the homemade mount is going to mount to the OEM computer mount on the KTM. And so all I have done is laid the plexiglass over the stock KTM odometer mount and used a Sharpie to mark where the holes need to be drilled for it. And they're just gonna be drilled out the same width as the just standard KTM, I think it's a 6mm bolt. Okay, I'm drilling these holes with a 7/32 width drill bit. This is where these bolts go in. You can't get them in under the computer. So these go on first. So there's the base mount, and then these washers are gonna go on the back side once I mount it to the motorcycle. But right now I'm just gonna put those there. I'm just gonna use that to hold that for now for safekeeping. So now you're ready to put the computer mount on. Make sure you pay attention to what part goes down. There's your mount. It's ready to go onto the motorcycle. It's gonna go on just like this, and it will take your Trail Tech Voyager Pro and mount it just like that. And that's why we install these first, because there's no good way to get them on. The bracket hits the bolts, so that's why we did that first. It's a really snug fit. My headlight mask does have some wear from where it's been rubbing on the computer, and I use the XC Gear Mako 360 bar mount, and that also rests against the computer. So it's not a 100% perfect mounting point, but in my opinion, I'll take a little bit of cosmetic wear to the Voyager Pro in trade of it being susceptible to damage in a crash. If you're running the stock KTM handlebar mounts, you're probably gonna have even more room, and if you run your handlebars in a backwards position on the triple clamp, you will also have more room. But for me, this is just a cheap and easy way to mount this Voyager Pro unit to my motorcycle, and it's in a perfect viewing place when I'm riding, and it's also away from damage.